Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again with some more tech news and stuff. The game in the background this time is Star Conflict. It is available on Steam now. It's another free-to-play game. Obviously with it being a free-to-play game, there is microtransactions in this. It's kind of it's a space shooter really. More or less like your third-person kind of shooter, but set in space. There's two different game modes I've played so far. One of them is sort of like a conquest type, battlefield type game mode, where you get different capture points. The longer you hold them for, the more points your team gets. And then when you reach a certain number, your team either wins or loses. The other one I've played, which is the one that's in the background at the moment, is kind of like a squadron leader type game. You've got one person at the beginning of the match is designated as your squadron leader, and everybody else can carry on spawning so long as your squadron leader stays alive. Once your squadron leader dies, then the enemy team has to take out the rest of your ships in order to win. It's a fun game. I've not really played too many, well, recently, because there hasn't been too many space shooters, and this is a really nice change from your standard ground combat. I will say though that being it a free-to-play game, that there is a lot of people that are paying to win. There are certain things that you can pay for that are significantly weapons and such like that are significantly stronger than the ones you can buy with the in-game currency. So it is kind of a pay-to-win feature, but it's good fun. It's good fun. If you like space shooter games, then I would certainly give it a try. Onto the tech news and stuff now. This series seems to be doing fairly well. There's a lot of people that I've noticed that are regular watchers of this, and they seem to enjoy me rambling on about technology and what I think about it. So this is going to carry on for this foreseeable future. I really enjoy doing it, and I thank you for watching it. The first thing we're going to talk about is a 3D computer. Now, this thing, you basically sit in front of a transparent LED display, and then you reach your hands behind it. The computer then tracks your hand and eye movements using built-in cameras, which then allows you to see your hands moving underneath. Basically, it represents your hands in a digital form, and then you can pick up and move and drag and type all the things that are on the screen. Now, it's kind of like what was in the film Minority Report, where he could just put his hand up towards the screen and throw things around and make things bigger and everything like that. I can see that this is going to be a big thumbs up in the CAD world, the people who do computer-aided design and stuff like that. I can see that this is going to go far for them. Obviously, because you can do a lot of people are always better using their hands than what they are using a mouse. You've had hands a lot longer than what you've had a mouse to play with. But this it's a prototype at the moment. It was unveiled at the Technology, Education and Design Conference in Los Angeles by an MIT designer by the name of Jinha Lee. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. But the 3D design, which is inspired by what Mr. Lee sees as a human instinct to interact with things, and interaction is good. If you can get more involved with what you're doing, then you always seem to do it longer, so to speak. But it's technology moving forward again, as I've said before. I mean, it doesn't take that long nowadays for something to come out of being a prototype and being like a non-consumer product to come out and being a consumer product where people can actually buy it and use it for what they want to use it for. I can't see it being used for gaming all that much. I mean, you're not going to really want to be using your hands behind a screen too much for gaming and stuff like that, but I mean, like I said before, the computer-aided design aspect and everything like that, that could be That could be a fun little way to do things. And the second thing I would like to talk about is Apple. Oh dear, Apple. Now this is one of the reasons here that I'm going to talk about now why I'm not a massive fan of Apple and their devices that they create. Recently somebody created a piece of software that would jailbreak the iOS operating system for the iPhones and stuff like that. But Apple attempting to block this software from going out and people being able to jailbreak their phones. Now, I see Apple as the strict parent of the technology world. Basically, you want to do something with something that you own, or you just want to do something in general that you probably shouldn't do, but you want to do it anyway. And Apple gives you a swift slap on the hand and tells you no, you're not allowed to do that. Now, I don't see why. I mean, people pay for these phones, people buy these phones on a yearly basis. They're incredibly expensive pieces of kit. I mean, a lot of people don't realise how much smartphones actually cost, because a lot of people don't buy them outright. They have them on contracts and stuff like that where they pay a certain amount of money to their phone companies each month. But majority of these phones that are coming out now are £600-700 for that small of a device. And you've bought the device, why can't you do things that you want to do with them without somebody leaning over your shoulder and telling you no, you're not allowed to do that? It's my device, I bought it, it belongs to me, I should be able to do what I want to do with it. But the creator of the actual software that jailbreaks iOS have found that it basically they've made it work around a few bugs in the iOS operating system. Now, Apple have said that he has tested the update for the new iPhone and that it patches at least one of the 5 bugs that the jailbreaking software exploits, and they're hoping to patch the others in the near future as well, which is ridiculous. This is really why I don't like iOS software and stuff like that. It really gets on my nerves, it really does. But apparently, as well as fending off the jailbreaking software, Apple's update is also expected to bring various new software features. Yeah, but Apple, you're not going to be able to bring as many new features as what somebody else can, sitting there being able to code stuff for your device. People know what they want. A lot of companies tend to think that they know what the consumer wants, and the consumer doesn't know what they want. It's surpassed fact that Android allow you to do anything you want with their phones, and they run pretty well. If you balls the phone up, you balls the phone up. It's your own fault. I mean, it voids the warranty and stuff like that, so you're not going to get a replacement. You could possibly get it repaired, but you're going to have to pay a substantial amount for have it repaired. It just baffles my mind why Apple seems to be the strict parent of the world, giving people slaps on the wrist and telling them they're not allowed to do things with their stuff that they own. It really does annoy me. The third thing I want to talk about today is the Sony Xperia Tablet Z, which I've seen a fair few pictures of this, and the thing looks damn smart. I'm not a big fan of tablet devices. I don't really see there never seems to be enough power in them to do things that you want to do. I can understand why people have them. I mean, I'm primarily a gamer myself. I don't do a lot of writing, or I don't download a lot of music, or I don't really want to watch films when I'm out and about. If I have to go to hotels and stuff like that, it's only for a short amount of time, so I'll just bung the TV on. It doesn't really bother me too much. But this thing does look really smart, and it is urging me towards the way of possibly picking one of these up when they do come out. It's got a 10-inch screen with a 1080p display. It's actually slightly higher than a 1080p display, but you're not going to really be able to tell too much of a difference. The display is actually 1920 by 1200 which is not as impressive as Google's Nexus 10, which is 2560 by 1600. But as I say again, you're going to have to be pretty darn good at knowing what to look for to tell the difference. It's quite slim as well, as opposed to the iPad's depth is 9.4 millimeters. The iPad Mini being 7.2 millimeters. The Z is 6.9 millimeters deep, which is, when you think about it, is actually quite a significant amount. It doesn't sound all that much, but it's quite a significant amount on something that isn't all that big to begin with. But obviously, with it being that skinny and not as deep, there are some sort of like flimsy aspects to it. Apparently it does feel as though it can, if you stressed it hard enough and you tried hard enough, you could possibly flex the chassis and probably bend it in half. Which, to be honest, if you did buy one, why you would want to bend it in half, I would never know, unless you've got an absolute shit ton of money and you're a massive iOS fan or an Apple fan and you just want to buy one just to slap it in half. It has an 8 megapixel camera on the back, together with a front facing one, both of which are capable of recording 1080p video for the likes of your Skype chats and things like that. It's got a very minimal design. There's not any extra buttons. Well, there's no physical buttons on the front of it whatsoever. It's got like the glossy kind of black finish, as we've come to know with the majority of like Samsung's and Sony's products at the moment, and more lately the Apple stuff as well. The glossy back finish. It's quite impressive, the stuff that they've managed to fit into the tiny frame that they've done. They've got a 1.5 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon S4 processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM. Apparently it performs quite well. It doesn't give any sort of delay or lag, and there's no underpowering the device. It doesn't feel like it needs to have more. It's running Android's Jelly Bean 4.1.2, which is close enough to being the latest version of Android, but they have promised an upgrade to 4.2 shortly after launch. It also comes preloaded with Sony's Music and Movies Unlimited services. These two services both do require extra subscriptions, but they do come with a 60-day free trial, so may as well use that up if you do decide to pick one up. It also provides access to Sony's PlayStation Game Store, which all the more good for that. I mean, let's get some old Crash Bandicoot on the thing and have a bash on the train or on the bus. Not literally have a bash, because you'd probably get kicked off the train or the bus if you did that. But it's also got a built-in infrared sensor, which is capable of functioning as a kind of universal remote control. Can you imagine having a television remote or a Blu-ray player remote or a hi-fi? Not that many people have hi-fis nowadays, but the remote actually on a tablet. I mean, that's pretty cool. They also are saying that they are going to have a vast list of different model TVs and stuff like that from a list of companies that you will be able to control with it as well. All in all, it seems to be quite an interesting piece of kit. I just hope that it doesn't come out too expensive. It's due to hit the UK in Q2 of this year. It does really seem to be good. I mean, the two options that will be available when they come out is a Wi-Fi only model and a 4G variant as well. So there's not a lot of 4G coverage at the moment, in the UK at least. I'm not sure about other places in the world. But it might be something that I might be tempted to pick up. I mean, as I said before, I'm not a massive tablet fan. I never really have been. I've bought them for other people and I've used other people's. They don't really seem to be the thing. I own myself a netbook. I'm not a massive laptop fan either. They just don't seem to have the power and the grunt behind them that I want from something like that. As compared to my PC, which is an absolute beast. But mostly, I mean, I have an Asus EEE PC or PC, which is my notebook. It was £190 when I bought that. It mainly is used for watching YouTube and stuff like that. It's not going to be able to run any sort of games on it or anything like that. It's quite slow. I think majority of the reason why my notebook is slow though is because it has Windows 7 Starter on it, which is absolutely bloody terrible. I mean, for starters, when I first bought it, you couldn't even change the bloody wallpaper on the background because apparently that's a premium feature to Windows. So yeah, when that happened, I'll never bloody know. So I managed to end up having to find a workaround on that so I could actually change my bloody wallpaper, the background on my desktop. But majority of the time, as I say, that gets used for if I fancy laying in bed rather than sitting up at my desk and watching YouTube, I'll use that. But for the time being, it's sat by the side of me here now, running my ROG Connect for my motherboard on my PC, which tells me the speed of my my RAM, the speed of the CPU, the temperature of the CPU, what kind of boost clock I'm getting off my graphics cards and stuff like that. And it also gives me a detailed like boot up sequence to let me know if anything has gone wrong during boot up, which is nice to find out if anything is making your computer run slow or boot up slow, what's actually causing it to boot up slow. It's also quite lazy. I tend to leave my notebook on with the lid closed with that running, because I can turn my PC on and off with the ROG Connect as well, which it's not much of a difference between pressing the button on my tower to clicking the thing on my notebook, but I always feel slightly more nerdier when I can actually turn a computer on using another computer. Quick thing another thing that I want to talk about. It's not really technology based, but this is called Tech News and Stuff. So I don't know if any of you have watched or are in the process of watching the Netflix series called House of Cards. If you haven't watched it or you are in the process of watching it, I do urge you to carry on watching it, or I do urge you to start watching it, because it is a fantastic series. I looked at it. I looked at it on Netflix, and I wasn't all that. Okay, maybe not. But I thought I'll give it a try. I'll see what it's like, and it's a fantastic series. It really is. Stars Kevin Spacey. His accent can get a bit annoying at times. If you do watch it, you'll know what I mean. But there are some things in it that I've never really seen done before on like a TV series, where at some points Kevin Spacey will look at the camera and actually talk to the audience without the other people knowing what's being said around him. Gives you a bit more of an insight into what's going on or what he's planning. It's a really fun series, and I'm really glad Netflix managed to pick that up. Nobody else that I'm aware of actually wanted the series because they didn't think it was going to do all that well. But it seems to be doing pretty darn well for Netflix, and they should be, because they spent a hell of a lot of money on it. I think it merged on close to the $100 million mark that they paid for that series. They promised 26 episodes, I think, which is 2 full series of it. So there is going to be another series after series 1, which is on Netflix at the moment. So if you haven't watched it, I do urge you to, even if you just get the Netflix 1 month free trial, you could watch the entirety of season 1 over a weekend. If you enjoy it, then obviously keep subscribed to Netflix for season 2. If you don't, then at least you've given something new a try. Other than that, I think that's about it. This game in the background is really enjoyable. I urge you to go and give that a try as well. It's free at the end of the day, so you're not losing any money by downloading it and just giving it a shot. Couple of people I want to give a shout out to that seem to enjoy this series quite a lot. SR Productions 2372, he comments on quite a lot of these videos. Much appreciated, my friend. I know you enjoy me rambling on about stuff. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe you just like the sound of my voice. Maybe I hope you don't listen to me while you're in bed and stuff like that, because that would just be utterly weird and completely wrong. And I'm pretty sure that you're not of legal age, so it would be illegal as well. And Rudy Gaiman 4. I'm not sure. You and SR Productions are friends on YouTube. so I'm not sure whether you are the same person or what, I don't know. But thank you as well, sir, for checking out my videos. I know you commented on the last one saying that they are one of your favourite series to watch now. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that I can carry these on. There's always going to be tech news to talk about, so it seemed to be like a pretty decent series to keep running. Another massive congratulations I want to say to Sniping Raccoon for getting his partnership with Full Screen Arcade. Well done, mate, you completely deserve it. You are a Ginger Ninja, but you completely deserve it, and I just hope that if you do end up with massive YouTube fame, that you remember us little guys as well. And a big well done on your, I think, is it 400 subscribers that you've got now, or 421, so you've managed to fucking gain another 21 subscribers since I last looked at your channel, which massive congratulations to you, my friend. And that's really about it. Please do check out the channels that I have mentioned. Rudy Gaming, which is youtube.com/RudyGaming4, SR Productions, which is youtube.com/SR Productions 2327, and Sniping Raccoon, which is obviously youtube.com/Sniping Raccoon. Another couple of people that you might want to check out as well. They are also really good friends of mine. Scarlet Prophet, KLJ Mad Dog, Xgrad02, and there's probably others out there roaming around as well. Tepid Salis, check him out because he is absolutely fantastic. I will say though, if you do watch Tepid Salis's videos, put YouTube's automatic captions on, because although he is a funny man in himself, it is absolutely hilarious to watch him call, especially on his latest video, where he didn't actually say it, but YouTube captions thought he said it, that he actually called all blind people assholes, which I found quite funny. He didn't actually say that, so no grief towards him there. He didn't actually say that, but that's what YouTube, the YouTube automatic captions thought he said. Please do go check them guys out, and a massive thank you to watching this video again. I am hoping to reach the 100 subscriber mark by June time. If you could help me out on that, I would be forever in your debt. If people who do like, comment, and who are subscribed to me already, if you could give me a bit of a hype around there, especially the people that enjoy watching these videos, that would be fantastic. And I will make sure that I give you another shout out again when I reach 100 subscribers. Thank you very much for watching. I know there's a new game just started in the background, but I'm going to cut this short because I have just been rambling on about nothing for the past goodness knows how long. So I hope you enjoyed this series. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe if you really want to. Obviously, if you didn't like this video, then go away. I don't want to see you anymore. And I will see you next time. Bye.